with them for feedback and questions that they have for you.
Okay.
And then if time allows, we'll open up for the rest of the group. Does that feel good?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Nate to tell me go.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Working it.
All right, so we'll start here.
I'm Julie Luzo. I know you from the YMCA. I'm
I
a health and
remember
wellness
you.
trainer, so I've actually seen you and talked to you. So good luck today.
Thank you.
We're all rooting for you.
Thank you.
Becky Brown, Health and Wellness Director at Central Y also. And yeah, I've also seen you guys here. Excited for you.
I've seen you guys around. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Nikki Lockwood, Spokane Public Schools Board member and parent of a TCS grad.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Who? If you don't mind me
Oh,
asking.
yeah, no, class of 21, so right after the pandemic, Risa Lockwood.
Oh, yeah. I know Risa. She's really sweet.
Thank you. I'll let her know.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Carl Sagerstrom, he, him pronouns. I am the Communications and Storytime Manager at Empire Health Foundation and looking forward to hearing your grad defense.
Thank you. All right. Welcome to my grad defense. I've been really super excited to share with you guys how much I've gotten done over these past 4 years of high school, and it has not been easy at all. So, without further ado, what am I doing currently? Not too much, because it's summer, but I'm sharing this grad defense. I'm actively looking for a new job because I need to be able to pay for college, and my current job is not giving me enough hours. I am still currently working at Taco Bell, but that is not going to cut it, probably. I've also been looking at work study, and I've been looking at Job Corps, where I can do a job in a specific training field, and they would pay me to do that job, and then I'd just go to community college at the same time. I've applied to Whatcom Community College, and I just got my identity hold off my account yesterday, so I am now free to keep going with my account and keep setting it up. I am also preparing for surgery. I called this morning, and it's not going to be in July like I thought, which sets back all of my plans about 3 months. It's going to be in August, which wasn't too great to hear, but I'm still really, I'm still praying that I am going to have the time before college to recover and be able to go. Looking at college options, I didn't really have that many options that I wanted to look at because these were the two that I had in mind most. They have EMT programs that are around 1K, 1.5K after 3 months. And I just think it would be a really good fit for me because I do want to be an EMT and be in the medical background. And it has been it's been a dream of mine for a long time. How did all of this start? I wasn't happy going to in-person school at Shadle. Was not my greatest time. I did not get along with people. I didn't like talking to people. I wasn't very academically responsive. I didn't like my teachers that much, except for my math teacher. His name was Mr. Monty. He was my geometry teacher, and he helped me through a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have really known how to navigate through, and I'm very thankful for him for helping me. My aunt, I know, oh my gosh, I love you. You were always there for me. You've always been there for me since I was born, since I was a little kid.
Forever. I love you.
I love you too, okay? And I'm very glad that you have come to my grad defense, and I'm very happy that I have you as an aunt. I'm very glad that I have you as a cousin. I'm glad that I have you guys as a family, and I'm glad that you guys supported me through it. And my mom, even though she's not here, She didn't support any bad decisions that I made, and she always helped me put together like DIY projects for dances or something like that. And she's just really artistic, and she did help out with some of that, and I'm thankful for it. My freshman year was not easy, and I'm glad I had a support system through it. In my sophomore year, I started at TCS, and I wasn't doing so good. I was failing biomed because my teacher from Shadle had not given me my credit, and I needed to make that up. And so that stressed me out for a very long time, and I thought that I was behind. I was also struggling with identity issues. I went by he, him pronouns, and I did think that I was trans for a little bit. And it definitely got in the way of a lot of my goals, because I was always thinking about who I wanted to be, that I had to figure it out now, but I really didn't have to, and I'm glad I didn't. And English proficiency, I've always been proficient in English, and that's always something that I've always prided myself on. I wrote a lot of essays, and I do have notes, and I have essays, and I have documents that can just prove everything, and I will pass those out at the end of the presentation. I did work on my wording a little bit, because while I did have a good vocabulary, I couldn't word things for anything. But it is way better now, and I'm very, very happy about that. There's some of it. My evidence for my English, this was around 201 year. That being said, my point is that you're a fragile person who needs more care than what I'm doing right now. Sure, you may think arrogantly and say you're nowhere near fragile, but I think I know what I'm talking about here. So listen, take time for yourself, go outside and clear your head. It can help your brain and body in a myriad of ways, like strengthening your immune system and distracting your thoughts, and it may be difficult to do that right now. But you should at least try to connect with people more, and it's proven that love or some sort of relationship can release dopamine when you have a relationship with a person, which you lack. It's not hard to tell. And I look back on that, and I can see how much that I've socially and academically grown. I didn't talk to anybody around this time, and I was very closed off, hung out with some people who maybe I shouldn't have. And yeah, it just wasn't a great time for me. However, hold on. So this was my CER for 201 year. I didn't write too much because I did not know what this CER was about. So this is something that I really struggled with, but it definitely got better throughout everything. And I got better with CERs throughout the years, don't worry. My artist statement though, I'm very happy about that. I like talking about things that make me happy. And this artist statement reflects my thoughts on just how important being outside and being with the people you love is important. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm blind. Okay. Junior year. This wasn't fun. I started Psych 101, and it was at SFCC. Pandora knows what I'm talking about. She sat with me through the entire thing. The teacher didn't show. most of the time it was either the librarian or somebody else that we did not know running the class, and it was a little strange because the lady that we were supposed to be having instruction for, we don't know where she went. I had very low motivation, and I was not academically responsive here either. I got diagnosed with POTS syndrome, which made everything all the more harder. I kept having migraines, and I kept passing out, low blood sugar. All of that just made it really hard to come to school, and it took a long time to be able to maintenance that and just put it away and get on with school and get it done. I maintained a job for 1.5 years. I've updated my resume. Hopefully I am quitting soon because it has taken a toll on my mental health, and I don't think it would be good for me to work in an environment like that one right now. I started CTE work around halfway through the year, and it was difficult to set up. My boss, there was a lot of miscommunications between myself and my boss, and I think that was more on my part because I hardly ever checked my school email, and yeah, that's my fault. And I worked for credit for around until now, actually. And my self-worth, along with my depression, was like all the way down here. My self-worth was at an all-time low. I didn't think I could do anything. But I had an amazing support system throughout my junior year, as mentioned, and I'm very thankful. Senior year. Excuse that. This year was so stressful and so action-packed that I can't even begin to explain how much hair has fallen out of my head to worrying about deadlines. But I made it with my hair. And I have a 4 to 6 month recovery for surgery, which is now in August. I'm not excited, and I can't work until I'm mostly healed. So it's going to be a long time without working or doing any kind of job, and that's going to suck a lot. POTS syndrome also did get worse, mostly because I've been neglecting taking care of myself, and it's something that I do need to look at working on. Because taking care of myself physically is the whole entire reason that, you know, I would be able to do any of this or even be up here right now. And I was always really stressed out, and that just made it really, really bad. And the self-worth issues didn't exactly get any better. From around November to January, I had a really, really bad issue with somebody, and it just knocked me down and knocked down all of my progress, and I wasn't okay for a few months. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to go to work. I didn't even want to come out of my room. But I did, because I had people who believed in me. I probably would not have gotten myself out of that bed had I, you know, not had a support system. Hi, Mom. I've applied for college, Whatcom Community College, and as I said, got my identity hold off yesterday, so I can finish setting up my account. I can make my network account. I can start applying for classes. I'm super excited. Possible work study, I thought about doing Job Corps while I was doing college because they do pay you to be there in the Cascades. And I don't know, it was just kind of an option that I was looking at in case I ever wanted to do on-site work, but my main plan is going to be for Whatcom Community College, the EMT work. All of my evidence for this year, and there are some that are actually very important to me, like this one. I wrote this in, I want to say, the beginning of this year. And since this was something that I was struggling with, I made sure that I did so much research, and I made sure that all of my facts were straight. This is something that I hold very dear to me because everybody only has one life, and that's it. And so whenever I read this, it's just kind of something that I look back on. Maybe I should take my own advice instead of handing it out to others and not taking it myself. I have my notes from all the way throughout the year. My notes have looked like this all throughout the year. I take excessive notes, and sometimes it took away my time to be able to work on things. And that was something that I realized and that Molly helped me realize. Thank you. I definitely probably would have had less time if I kept taking notes like that. This is my work study. These are still pending approvals. My most recent paycheck, and I'm pretty proud of myself right now. I didn't think that I was going to make the end of high school. I did not think I was going to graduate because of how far behind I thought I was. And thank you to everybody who has helped me throughout these past 4 years, because oh my gosh, it was a doozy, but we got through it. I'm sorry. I love you guys, and I'm so happy to have you guys as my family and my friends. I couldn't be luckier. Thank you.
We're gonna open it up to your panel for feedback and questions first,
Mhm.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Anyone wants to start?
So you mentioned that you want to go into becoming an EMT.
That's correct.
What is drawing you to that, and what interests you?
So ever since I was about my sophomore year, I, in my biomed class, I liked all of the things that we were doing in there. I found an interest in textiles, in chemistry, in biology, and I just thought that that was something that was really cool. And, you know, why not save people's lives with it?
I just want to thank you for being vulnerable and sharing this with us. I think you've carried a lot, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank
proud
you.
of hearing your story.
Thank you.
We don't often get to hear the background of the kids that come into the Y, so it's really, it's an honor to hear your story today.
Thank you.
My question, I think, would be, have you considered being a part of the team that comes around for like the mental health response team?
Actually, no, I haven't thought about that. That might be something I'll look into, though.
I've experienced, at Central Y, we have quite a few calls that we have to make.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that come for mental health response, they are just amazing. So I would encourage you to look into it as maybe a way to marry the EMT with the mental health
For
side
sure.
of things, and you can really use your experience
Yeah.
to speak to that.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. I'll look into that. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the presentation. You did a great job.
Of course, thank you.
Your ability to be vulnerable is a real strength.
Yeah.
So you can draw on that, cause that really helps people, feel comfortable
Mhm.
and, connect better, I think.
Yeah, I
And
always try and like, share like some of my personal experiences because, everybody's got something in common. And I like people and I like having people comfortable around me.
Yeah,
I wanna be a person that people can feel safe coming to.
yeah,
And being an EMT, I think I'd be a pretty safe person, I hope.
That's great, and it's interesting you say you like people, cause in your presentation, there have been times, it sounds
I
like, where you
really didn't
so
like people before,
you've had.
and I was like not talking to them.
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic was a hard time, so I get
Mhm.
that, yeah. Also, clearly you have, the ability to create strong relationships. I can hear a lot of emotion behind me.
You
And
guys
so-
crying back there? Oh, Harry! Oh my gosh!
I mean, it's just really important. I think that is something that just can continue. That's so important for just long-term wellness. So you already have that ability, and that's just important to continue. And then I guess I'm curious why you're thinking about going somewhere else for EMT training.
So, I compared the prices between classes at SCC and the ones at Watcom, and Watcom was substantially cheaper, I think. And plus, I really want to travel. I love traveling. I have not been many places in Washington other than like Seattle, and I've been to the Grand Coulee Dam for 4th of July. We went down there one year. But I haven't visited a lot of my home state, and I would like to travel for college.
And you've thought about like your relationships
Mm-hmm.
that sustain you, how
Mhm.
you're gonna.
Yes, I have.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a similar kind of observation. It seems like you have such a great support system and really rely on them, and would definitely like encourage you to think about how you're going to build that support system again in a new area, because
Mm-hmm.
that can be a real challenge.
It is, yeah, and especially since I don't know anybody where I'm going. But I have good faith that I'll find a support.
Mhm. And I'm wondering, how do you feel like you do in situations where they're very stressful and very like immediate actions need to be taken? Because
Mhm.
obviously, like as an EMT, you have to make really quick decisions.
Yes,
and
you
it's
do.
it can be a very stressful environment. So
Mhm.
I'd like to hear like how you respond to those kinds of situations.
Yeah. So I used to like not really be good at stressful situations. I used to be really stressed out really easy. There are coping mechanisms that I have taken into account, like box breathing and like the 4 seconds in, hold 4 seconds, 4 seconds out. I think keeping a level head through a stressful situation is the most important thing, because if you don't have a level head, you're not thinking straight, and then things don't go right. So leveling yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. And if you can't do something, that is fine. If you can't do something, it's not the end of the world. If you have an issue and you can or can't do something about it, either way, don't worry about it, because if you can't do anything, well, then just let it be. Or if you can do something about it, then absolutely do something. Then if you know you can do something, you don't gotta worry about it, because you can solve it. But I really do think that just breathing through it and making sure that I know all of the things that I need to know would really help me.
All right. Well, thank you, Mary. We appreciate it, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you.